What's up? We're answering the questions from the Q&A. Thanks for everybody who asked a question. We had a bunch of questions from YouTube and TikTok, and very thankful for that. I thought there was going to be none, which would have been quite sad. Also, thank you. Stay tuned. At the end of the video, I will be sharing my social insurance number and my password recovery answers. Well, let's get to it. The Pretentious asks, what I do for work. I am a pilot. I fly a private jet. Blue Blob 17 says, where am I? I'm currently in Toronto. When I did the question video, I was in Calgary. Home base is Victoria, BC. Rama asks, why aviation? My cousin actually got his pilot license, and then up until that point, I just didn't think it was a thing you could just do. I thought, I don't know. I didn't know you could just become it. And then I tried it out. Love the travel, love the adventure, love the practical skills, the background, knowledge and science. I don't know. Seemed like a good time. So I'm doing it. Pretty fun. Zainald Z Hamill 5913 says, what is the name of the comic? At the moment, the working title is Lucid, but I'm also thinking about possibly calling it Oganuru. So, Yonko_vibes asks, what is the comic about? The comic follows our main character, Aiden, after he survives a very sudden tragedy. During his grieving process, he starts to have some crazy vivid dreams, and he starts to realize that there's something evil and maybe otherworldly involved. Straw Hat asks, what's the hardest thing about doing the comic? Honestly, perfectionism, self-doubt, procrastination, not being as good as I want to be. Lucidic Manga, which maybe I have to change my name now for the comic books, that's very close, asks what I do about a writer's block. Exercise. I find going for a nice run or doing a bicycle or something, the ideas just start to flow. It's a great way to work out problems or stuff I'm trying to figure out. Manga Love It asks, what was my biggest inspiration for the series? I think my overall love for the medium of comic books and graphic novels. I've always drawn and I've always wanted to make a graphic novel. I first tried to make one back when I was in high school, and this idea for this book has been bouncing around my head for at least a decade plus. Any particular series that I drew inspiration from, I'm going to say probably Death Note, and later on maybe a little bit of Dragon Ball Z, classic shonen mangas, life. Yeah. Mihajlo Kristik WN4DJ asks, when will it release? That's a really good question. It really depends. At the moment, my goal is to have a book released by November, but it could be sooner. I'm going to do a sprint here to try to see how much I can get done, because the first book is either going to be ending at about page 161, which could be really darn close. Could be maybe as soon as September, or it's like 300 and something. So I got to see how it flows, all that good stuff. I will start releasing the first chapter or two online here soon, most likely on Patreon, so keep tuned for that. Eventually I'm going to get an email list or something going so that people who want to know what's going on with the comic are going to have access to that. So again, stay tuned. Ryan2733 asks, how much can I bench? I think you know. About 205 for maybe 3 sets of 4, maybe more. Going for 225 here imminently. Maple Leaf Manga asks, smooth or crunchy peanut butter? Really depends on what you're doing. Depends on what you're having. Depends on the type of peanut butter. I do like a little crunch sometimes, but sometimes just need that smooth PB, baby. Brondan Highwells 228 asks, what is the meaning of life in one word? I'm gonna say love. Love for life, love for oneself, love for others. Yeah. If we're talking 2 words, it's iced tea. Lamplight asks, is that a Mr. Referee shirt? It sure fucking was a Mr. Referee shirt from Metabots. Also bought that for approximately $1 in Japan, and was probably one of my favorite purchases that I made. Yeah, $1 shirt. Great character. Mothin or Manga asks, what's my favorite suspense manga? Gotta say, probably Death Note, if that counts. Otherwise, I'm really enjoying reading Monster at the moment. Also wondered what my social insurance number is. Stay tuned. Sam Wright asks, what is my mother's maiden name, first pet, and date of birth?